In this exercise, we're going to practice how to actually copy an image to a scale. You will need some simple image that you're going to use to copy from, some paper, sharp pencil, eraser, and ruler, and some glue. So you can see I've got here a selection of images I had already at home, and some of them are better than another. This is a very complicated image. Even if I would just cut a part of it, there would be a lot of drawing. You want something simple. So from those 3 images, probably this postcard would be the best. Because I don't want to spend hours and hours on this exercise, I just want to practice the principle. So after you choose an image, you will need to pick up a piece of paper and use a glue stick to stick it on one side of the paper. So if it was that image, I would stick it this way. So I've got a space next to it to copy. So your image should be smaller, half of the size of the paper the most. I've already picked up a different image. So I've picked up this shoe here. It's a simple image and it's good for this exercise. It means that I'm not going to use tons of time to complete the image. We are going to be concerned only with the outlines of the objects, and we are going to drop the measurements from the image to the box for our drawing in the way to create a very accurate drawing. So first thing you will need to do, you will need to actually box up a space of the paper that it's exactly the same size as your image. So you just need to get the ruler and go around both sides and make sure that you create the edge that is aligned with the edge of the image. And next thing you will need to do, you will need to measure how big your photo is and create exactly the same measurement for the box that you're going to draw in. So you can see I've already done that with my lines here. Okay, so how can we use this boxing technique to help us create an accurate image? So you can see I've got a shoe here and I've already started drawing the lines here. And I'm going to continue with that drawing to show you the principle. So I'm going to deal now with the high heel of my shoe. So I need to identify important moments of my image. For example, in my high heel, there was a curve here. In that moment of the shoe, there was a change of the direction of the line. So I'm going to now try to find accurately where that exact point of my image is, and I'm going to transfer it to the drawing on the bottom. So how will I do that? I will get my ruler, I will align it so it's aligned to the edge of my image, and I will find that point, and then I will drop the line lower. Usually you would drop it very, very lightly. I've done it much darker than I should do, so you can actually see on the video how it's going to be. But you can see the previous lines that I've done just down here are very, very light. I don't want them to be too dark at all. So I know now that this point is going to be somewhere along that line. I'm pretty sure of it because I've aligned it with my image. So now I need to find out how high it is. So the easiest way to do it would be to go back to my photograph and actually measure it. So for this point here, I can see that would be 5 and 5 centimeters, 3 millimeters. So I can move my ruler now to the image lower, and I can drop that measurement here. So now I know that from this point to this point, I can just draw a line, and that's going to be pretty accurate. I'm going to make the other line a bit lighter. Okay, so now I need to find out where the end of my shoe is. So I'm going to follow exactly the same technique, align my ruler, find my point, drop the line. I think here it's just going to be easier to find the distance to the bottom of the edge. So that's what I'm going to do. It's 2.5 centimeters. 2.5 centimeters. I can connect those lines in. And this time I'm going to go much quicker, so you can quickly see how this image is progressing. Okay, so obviously my shoe is a pretty simple object. I could probably very easily draw it by hand and make it pretty accurate. However, it's good to know this technique because if you've got something that you want to be very, very accurate, for example, you're doing a drawing of someone's face or very complicated landscape, it's very important that you create a drawing that it's pretty accurate. And so we will practice it on the simple image, like the shoe, or maybe very simple, whatever you find at home really. But you can use that technique when it's important to have your drawing very accurate. So the good things about the pros of these techniques are you can create an image that is very, very accurate to what you see. The cons, it takes forever. So it's good to know this technique. Obviously, we are not going to use it with every drawing. So your task would be to create an outline of a simple image and copying directly to the scale from the photo of the piece of paper. Have it ready for the next class, and I hope that you're going to enjoy it.